it with music, beautiful music. Hello, I'm Fred Miller, and this is yet another lecture in song. And before we talk about the world of YIP Harburg and his classic memorable lyrics, a little bit about me. I was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, had a wonderful classical piano teacher. I loved classical music at a very early age, and I loved grand opera. And that was my musical life up to the age of 13. Suddenly on that day, I turned into a teenager. The Beatles arrived very fortuitously there, and I was drawn into the world of the great rock songs of the 60s, and that would go on through high school till the summer. After I graduated, a friend showed me this poster in the New York Times. His parents took the New York Times way out there in New Mexico. And this poster was advertising a big rock festival taking place in upstate New York, and we looked at that lineup and we thought, oh my God, we've got to go. And we did go. We hitchhiked most of the way from New Mexico to the Woodstock Festival, even managed to show up very prominently in the poster. I wanted to be a musician. I knew that, but I didn't know what. It wasn't going to be rock music. I never wanted to be a rock musician, maybe a folk musician, classical maybe. I didn't know. I went to college very briefly the fall after all that, and left after about 5 minutes and toured around the country in my VW Bug, and finally ended up in Greenwich Village. And at some point somebody gave me an album of Ella Fitzgerald singing Cole Porter. There was my music, the world of Gershwin, Porter, Kern, Rogers, Berlin, Fred Astaire, Judy Garland, Ethel Merman, Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby, what they now call the Great American Songbook. And I came up with the idea of a lecture in song, each one being a profile of a great personality or some aspect of American popular song. Initially, I had just two categories. I do some songwriters, I do some performers. I thought, well, I'll be lucky if I get 10, 12 programs out of this. But then over time, it expanded to 7 different categories, and now to date I have 75 different lectures in song, each one described in detail at fredmillermusic.com. The program at hand, YIP Harburg, E.Y. Harburg, as it reads on the page. Born 1896, lived till 1981. He said very, very interestingly, he's a lyric writer, remember, words make you think thoughts. Music makes you feel a feeling, but a song makes you feel a thought. A song has to have words and music. Well, first here on display, YIP Harburg here. You've got me flying high and wide on a magic carpet ride, full of butterflies inside. Wanna cry, wanna croon, wanna laugh like a loon. It's that whole devil moon in your eyes. Thoughts with feelings, felt thoughts, whatever. This was all part of a dawn of a new American entertainment age, really a literary renaissance, I think, that found expression in the great lyrics of these great, great songs of that time. You know, it's curious that the year 1895, 1896, and that year or two right there, gave us some of our greatest lyricists. Oscar Hammerstein II, Ira Gershwin, Lorenz Hart, Howard Dietz, and our subject here, Isidor Hochberg, born April 8th, 1896. He became known as E.Y. Harburg, but, the YIP